Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am in the garage right now because I have set up a little station here to rebuild this head. This is the head off the ABA motor in Frankenbuggy, and what we discovered after doing a leak down test and actually pulling the head and putting a straight edge on it, that it has or had a slight warp to it. Now, I just got it back from the machine shop yesterday, and look at that beautiful job. They had to take 5 thousandths off to make this thing flat, but it is flat now. I spent a little time this morning taking everything apart. Got the valve stem seals out, and they are, I don't know, you probably can't see it on camera, but they are definitely crusty. I did bring a light out for a reason here. So, I mean, you can see on that one there, the edge is gone. So we definitely had some oil leaking past the seals, which would be a reason we were getting some white smoke out the exhaust. Now, see, the exhaust ports are awfully carbon buildup, awfully dirty. So, and we can see the actual valves. We got a nice clean ring around where the intakes were sealing, but every one of them darn exhaust valves has carbon buildup on it. So I'm going to clean that all up. I got my nice little wire wheel here. I'm going to spend the time clean the valves up. I'm going to lap the valves, put the new seals in, and get this head ready to go back on the Frankenbuggy. Then, with a good head on there, I am very confident we're going to be able to tune this thing up and start ripping. Because if you guys have been paying attention, my son's had a hell of a time trying to tune this thing with a leaky head gasket. It just didn't work. So I'm gonna get this head ready to get put on, and we will be putting the head on tomorrow. And this weekend we'll be back to tuning. So we'll see you guys on the next go around after I get this head done. Alright, this looks like it cleans up pretty good there. Got all the carbon off. Yeah. Alright guys, we got them valves nice and clean. Now, as you can see, the seats are a mess. I'm going to clean these seats up first with some brake cleaner, and then we're going to go ahead and grind the valves to make that seat good and tight. So we're nice and flat. We're gonna have good and tight valves now. This head's gonna be perfect when we're done. Orale. Alrighty, let's see if we can't clean up these valve guides here, or valve seats. Yeah, we got some grinding compound there. I just put a thin layer of the grinding compound right on the edge there, right where we want this. Go ahead and drop it down in there. That's always the problem. It's getting a good grip on the valve. It's starting to fire. Now you really don't have to basically just clean them up. You can see right there, a nice clean line around it, and now a nice clean line around there. That's all it really needs to seat. Now, if I saw some dents, some scoring, anything like that, I'd be worried about it. But clean up the edge just like that, and just like that, and this valve will seat just fine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these all done up, and then we'll be assembling this head. All right, so I'm working on getting these seats installed. This is a neat little tool here. That is the exact same size as the valve. Slide the seat on there. Slide it onto the guide. It lines it up perfectly. And there she goes. It's as simple as that, installing these new valve seats. All right, guys, I got all those new seats installed, and not seats, those are the seals, valve stem seals. These are the seats, and as you can see, I got them all nice and clean with the grinding compound. The valves look just as good. So, this is ready to go back together. Put a little lube on the valve stems just so they slide up and down good, and put the springs back on, and we are good to go. Now tomorrow morning I'll be putting this onto Frankenbuggy, so you guys will be watching the install of this head tomorrow. But right now I'm going to finish these up. All right, guys, let's get these valve springs on, and it'll be ready to put on a Frankenbuggy in the morning. I got to tell you guys, that was brutal. That was a level of tediousness, if that's a word. Getting these little keepers in there. You know, I've dealt with a lot of small blocks, LS. This working down in a hole. But it is done. And yeah, this head's ready to go on Frankenbuggy in the morning. So we'll pick this up then. Everyone have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, good morning, guys. Today's a very exciting day because the head's getting put back on Frankenbuggy. As you can see, I got some cleanup work to do here. Cleanliness is next to... Anyway, yes, you got to get things clean so things seal up. And yeah, got the head here. It's all reconditioned. Yesterday, if you watched the video, I lapped all the valves, put in new valve stem seals. So this thing is absolutely ready to go. Got a brand new gasket kit, head bolts. We're ready to go. So I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna clean this on up and start putting this head down. Get this thing running again. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, we're to the point of putting the cam on there. Got the head all torqued down, beautifully cleaned up there. The what are these called, by?
I can't remember. I'm just waking up, everybody.
Yeah, but these things, they're all clean, lubricated up, and so yeah, we're ready to put this thing together. Now the question, of course, is without the what is it, the not the guide, but the cover here, the timing cover, we don't have the marks to set that up right. I don't know how we're going to.
Well,
let me see.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
I just need this thing together.
Well, where to put the cam? See, there's those marks right there.
That's top dead center on the cam.
And then there's that dot there, which I don't know what it's for. So I'm gonna get the cam cleaned up, and I guess we'll figure out how to put this belt on so everything's right. I'm probably next go around I'm gonna go ahead and get a new tensioner and belt. I know that needs to be done, but right now I want to see this thing back together and starting up. So let me clean this cam and put that on there. Well, guys, as you can see, Frankenbuggy's running again. You can also hear that it needs some tuning now that we got everything tightened. All right, guys, well, what do we got here? It goes back down to idle. That's what we want. Well, guys, looks like old Bobby worked his magic and got this thing running. Got warm enough for them fans to be blowing.
So yeah, I think we've solved a lot of problems with this.
Well, it sure sounds better.
Tune wise, all I did was turn off the idle air control, which this throttle body that we're running doesn't have that, so we don't need that anyways. And I turned off the ego control authority put that at 0 so the wideband doesn't change any fueling. It just goes off the map that's in there currently, and we just run off of, we make changes according to what the AFRs are. We're not letting the wideband change anything on its own. And yeah, it's running. It's running really good now.
Sounds great. So, be hitting the desert here soon.
Yeah. I mean, now that everything's worked out and it's actually running like it should, I can finish up the wiring. I just need to remove all that mess.
This is all unnecessary stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
I need to undo all that from the connector, then I'll wrap all the wiring, make it look pretty, and yeah.
This thing will be ready to rip.
Finally move on to something else.
Yeah, I want to get the Mega Squirt for Rally Bug and get that ripping, because we haven't been able to tune that because the antique ECU.
Dove Shop just released a new trigger setup that I really want to see on old Rally Bug.
Old Rally Bug?
Yeah.
All right, that'll be next.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, we're a little bit happier now because this has been one frustrating thing here.
I've been dealing with this damn car for a month now, just trying to figure out how to make it run right, and that's finally done with.
We had a message on Facebook last night. This gentleman was working with the same motor, but he was converting from a dual Weber setup to the electronic fuel injection, and he wasn't able to get it either. So I think my superstar Bobby, he got it.
Everything I'm doing is in a Word doc that's in every single description we put out there now. It's linked in there,
so you'll be able to instruct people.
If anyone has issues with trying to figure something out, all that's in there. So
awesome. All right, guys, let's close it out. Thanks a lot for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe, all that, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care now.